first before we do anything. So let's swing with the 8/8. Let's Alrund's Epiphany. This deck's so dumb. Alright, that is 10 power on board. We need 2 more power. Hear me out. I see they have 2 mana available. I know Jawari Disruption is only a counter and make them pay 1 more. But if I can make them pay the 1 more for this, and then that last card is like a Temple of the Seed or something like that, whether it's a Temple or a Triumph, then the shields are down and we're able to ultimatum them. So you love to see it! Let's Extinction Event on Odd, killing none of our creatures. Let's Tibalt here. Tibalt comes in with double counters. Let's go ahead and just, casual ultimate Tibalt. Yo! Look at all those cards. How's it going, y'all? Titan Smash MTG, and today we're back to some more MTG Kaldheim standard action. Today we have a spicy little number. This deck's been showing up a little bit in some tournaments. This is Sultai Ultimatum, playing a 4-of Emergent Ultimatum. This is the key card of this deck. As you see in here, the early part of the game, it's a lot of ramp spells to get to Emergent Ultimatum. 7 mana sorcery, search your library for up to 3 monocolored cards with different names and exile them. An opponent chooses one of those cards, shuffle that card into your library. You may cast the other cards without paying their mana cost, exile Emergent Ultimatum. So we have our deck built out in the way where this top, we ramp a whole bunch and remove things with the early end of the game here. We get to the top end, we get to take 3 different cards here. 3 different cards, possibly being Seagate Restoration, a way to have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game and draw cards equal to the number of your hand. But usually you don't choose that one. Usually you want to choose Alrund's Epiphany. We play 2 of these, 7 mana sorcery, create 2 bird tokens, take an extra turn after this. We choose a Vorinclex, which is a 1-of in here. And we choose Valky, God of Lies, because we can play the Tibalt side off of this. So the opponent has to choose between these 3 cards. And it's one of those situations where no matter what they choose, they're just kind of screwed. Say if they don't let you have your extra turn, and you get Vorinclex and Tibalt, then you automatically get the ultimate Tibalt right away, exile all graveyards, add 3 mana, and you essentially have like this huge hand size for the rest of the game when you get to cast this. So it's kind of busted there. Say they let you have Valky and Alrund's Epiphany, but not Vorinclex, then you get this Tibalt Planeswalker coming down, get to do its thing. You get Alrund's Epiphany, and then you take another turn, get to use Tibalt once again. So it's really good value there. Or if they let you have Alrund's Epiphany and Vorinclex and not Tibalt, then you get to play Vorinclex right away, swinging in for 6, and then you just pass the turn, and once again, swinging for 6 another turn. So there's some situations where if you have like a Yorion or other creatures on the battlefield already, you can possibly just win out from like them being at 20 life, going to 0 all of a sudden. Just the amount of things you can do with this is super insane. We also play the Extinction Event, so there's some situations where if you just absolutely have to get the board removed, you could just choose 2 Extinction Events to guarantee at least one of them resolves. There's just a lot of things you can do with this deck, so it's really fun. Obviously, it's a 7 mana sorcery. Things like Dimir Rogues or Izzet Flash are probably terrible matchups, and it's a meta call. But right now, with things like Rakdos being really popular, this seems like it would just eat up on Rakdos. So I want to try this out. Sideboard-wise, we have 2 Bloodchief's Thirst for some cheap removal, 3 Duress against Control, 2 Negate, 4 Dispute, 2 Soul Shatter. So we try to bring in that tech against Izzet Dragons, or Izzet Goldspan Dragon. And finally, 1 more Extinction Event. So yeah, that's what this does. Also, can't forget about mentioning Binding the Old Gods, which is fantastic in this deck. Between Tangled Florahedron and Wolfwillow Haven, we do have multiple ways to get this out on turn 3. And this is just perfect because a lot of times when you're ramping, you have to either ramp and you can't really destroy anything or vice versa. This gives you that versatility to not only do both, you get to play this down early, you get to ramp with it, but also you just Yorion, flash it, bring it back to the battlefield. Sorry about that. Bring it back to the battlefield, and then you're doing it again. So much synergy, so much work out of this card. So yeah, let's take this into ranked. Let's see how this goes. Let's go. All right, first game of the day here is against Chichos. You know, some people are more Doritos fans. I'm more of a Chichos fans. Get it like Cheetos. Opener hand, this is actually pretty good here. We have the turn 2 Florahedron or Valky if we need to, or Jawari Disruption. We have options. But I think usually here I want to get down the Florahedron so I can have turn 3 Binding the Old Gods. We'll see what we come up against here. Go ahead and drop a Triumph, pass the turn. Curious to see how this deck works. It's been, I was like 4-0 with this and best of 1 unranked. So, you know, it played well there, so I'm hoping it plays well here too. Obviously, this deck can do a lot of powerful stuff, so I'm really hoping I can show that off to you guys and show you what this can do. Shatterskull Smashing. So here, we got options here. Florahedron's good, but if it's against a Gruul, which the Shatterskull leads me to believe, then they can just stomp my Florahedron. So I think I actually play Valky here. If they have a Bone Crusher Giant, just take it. Okay, so this is Rakdos. Okay. We will take a Woe Strider. Now, they can kill it here with the Heartless Act, which is annoying, but that is their turn if they do it, so it's not a huge deal. This next turn, then we just Cultivate, and the following turn, Binding the Old Gods, do something else, so I think it's okay for now. There's the Ultimatum, which is good to draw that. So here, we'll just drop a green. We need 3 green here. So we got the Triumph already, so let's go ahead, grab... we only have the 1 blue here, so we'll do a blue and a green. Alright. Colors are coming together nicely. Again, we can ramp up again with Binding the Old Gods here, should they just play their Woe Strider, which they do. And this is why Binding the Old Gods is insane in this deck compared to others. I mean, Binding the Old Gods is a great card anyways. But when you get to have a piece of removal here that still ramps you up a little bit the turn later, that's just what you want, baby. And that's not even counting Yorion shenanigans and all that kind of thing you can do with it. Opponent scries to the top here. We'll go ahead and drop the Triumph, pass a turn. So we're at 5 lands, but we'll get a 6-1 from Binding if they don't kill it. So we'll be at 7 lands, you know, the following turn, not this next one, but the one afterwards. But I think we're in a good spot here. Like, even if they play Rankle here, it's not a big deal. Like, Predator's a little bit annoying, but I don't think it can really run and get away with the game compared to the other stuff we have here in the deck, so... Land and tap. Let's play the Triumph. I think for now, we put this back in hand. What I want to do here, I think I just want to hold up Disruption here just in case. Say if they're missing lands, they try to play a Rankle, or if they have, you know, if they have some kind of way here to play their Woe Strider from the graveyard or something like that, I want to counter it. So they play this Woe Strider. That's annoying, but not a big deal. I'm kind of hoping they try to have a follow-up here that I can counter with Disruption. So we'll see. Predator gets a 1-1 counter. Swings for 4. Which ain't bad. Okay. So we didn't get to play our Disruption, but we get to do some things. So let's go ahead. Emergent Ultimatum. They can't do anything about it. I love this card. This card's so good. So let's take here... We want the Epiphany. You always want the Epiphany. That's like, you don't have any discussion there. There's sometimes where you want Extinction Event, but Epiphany is always one you take. Valky will take here so we can cast a Bolt, and then we'll take Vorinclex. If you don't have Vorinclex, because Vorinclex is usually the third option, Kiora Best Sea God is also a great interaction, especially with Yorion in hand. Alright, opponent gives us Epiphany and Vorinclex. I think giving Epiphany is almost always wrong. Unless they have like a piece of removal here, like a Heartless Act. Because then Vorinclex, you know, it just dies and we get an extra turn in the 2/1/1s, but as a whole that's not crazy exciting. I think we just play land here because I still may want to play this other stuff. So let's see if they have the removal here. Really hoping this hits. Damage secured. Down to 14. Our turn again. Okay, another Florahedron is not what the doctor ordered. But even then, it's not a huge deal, man. So, let's go ahead and start off. Do I want to just eliminate Woe Strider now? Let's go to text. We'll hold on to this eliminate. If they want to chump block my Vorinclex, they can be my guest. Bone Crusher. So, I'll let that resolve. I think this is probably about as good a time as any to Jawari Disruption something, so that way they can't cast a Bone Crusher. This is hard. I think we counted this. That way, I want to kind of put more stuff in the graveyard too, so they're kind of tempted to escape their Woe Strider, because if they do, that's just not going to be good enough. So they're tapped out. We're swinging for 8. I'm not sure if they want a Chumperooski. No Chumperooskis. I could play Yorion here and just to untap my Vorinclex. Alternatively, I've got 6 mana. I think I may just want to play 2 Florahedrons and then eliminate. I don't know. I could play Yorion and just have flyers in the sky ready to go. But I think for now, especially if they're just going to play another Woe Strider, we just have a way to hold their removal up for that. And that's just better. So let's go ahead and do this. There's options with this both ways, but I think this is the way to go. Can set stop on their upkeep. I guess that doesn't really matter though. So we want to hold this eliminate before combat because that way, the thing we have to watch out for right now is them being able to sacrifice Woe Strider and tap their permanent. So if we do this before combat, then they can't sack the Woe Strider to the Predator without tapping their creature before combat. So, Mire Tritons, whatever. We don't really care about that. Okay, the Millicroxa. It's a card. So I got Kazul's Fury, which can't really do much of anything here. Okay, so trying to go to combat. Let's go ahead. Eliminate. Do this here, see if they want to sack anything, and they can't really even sack anything because there's going to be dead to blockers if they do. I mean, they can Kazul's Fury something, but that doesn't seem super great either. I kind of hope they do that. If they do that, they're just dead. Okay. Kazul's Fury, kill my 1/1 flyer. You got it, champ. Alright. No attacks from them there. Heartless Act is a pretty good draw. So I can't kill the Predator because it has the 1/1 on it, but I can kill the Triton. If I do that, they have to block Vorinclex, Predator, and they would take 2, 3, 4, 5. Not lethal, but they have an empty board. We still have a huge board and a Yorion to follow up with. So yeah, we do this here. Again, they can sacrifice this and block. It doesn't really matter. And if they actually, they can't even sacrifice this because it would tap Predator, so they have to let this die. Yep. Let's get the swinging. Again, they're not dead here, but it's, yeah. Like, there's no point for them. They could, like, what are they going to do? They're going to play Croxa. They're going to play Woe Strider because I'm just going to play my Yorion after this and be good to go. Excuse me. Sideboard-wise, y'all. Extinction Event comes in for sure. I think we take these Bloodchief's Thirst, just have a little bit more removal. Soul Shatter's interesting. It does stop the Predators. I think I'll put that in for now as well. Also, just a way to get a kill on a Woe Strider. Let's take out 2 Disruptions. Take out Behold. Like, I don't know. Behold just doesn't seem super good here. You want to be more proactive. It does help you find cards, which is good, so maybe that's not correct, but I think it's just a little weak here. Other thing to cut. This is where I'm just kind of inexperienced with the deck and don't know as much. I think Florahedron, like, they just have a lot of ways to kill Florahedron. So game 2 against Chicos. Alright, opener. Yeah, I think this is fine too. It's a little bit awkward because Epiphany, so actually I think we bottom that. 2 Epiphany in hand is a little bit rough. We did have the ramp there, but still, just not worth it. Easy bottom of Epiphany here, I think. I don't mind having the Vorinclex in hand. We still have the 1 Florahedron we kept. Okay. So we getting rampy now. We'll play our Fable Passage, which is prettier than theirs, and that counts for something. Opponent crack-a-lacking. They're like, hey, what's crack-a-lacking? Hey. Alright. Croxa. God, why are we even discard here? This is actually kind of hard. I want the Florahedron to ramp, but we also have a Cultivate, so maybe it's not as important. I could just do Bloodchief's Thirst here because I'm on the ramp plan anyway, and I think that's what I want to do. So, yeah, that's kind of hard. It feels kind of bad to take away a 1-piece removal, but they don't have anything else on the battlefield right now. Next turn, I'm going to Florahedron, and the turn after that, I'm going to Cultivate. So, like, there's just not many places where I want to play that right now. Only the season on a bad draw, because we have the blue source with the backside of Barkhide Channel, or Bark Channel Pathway. So, Florahedron coming down. Hopefully it doesn't get claimed the Firstborn here. If it does, we still get to Cultivate anyway, so not a huge deal. Nothing huge. Okay, try on tapped is not bad at all. I see you looking at it. Hey! Okay, Heartless Act on is fine. Would much rather my crappy little Florahedron die to a Heartless Act than a Vorinclex. Let's go ahead and Cultivate here. We need 3 green again. Let's get a green to black. So we got the 2 black we need. So next turn we can Cultivate and get a green and a blue, and that's all that we need for our ultimatum. Predator. Okay, I wouldn't mind drawing. Okay, I mean that's fine. I was going to say I wouldn't mind drawing a Binding of the Old Gods or a Heartless Act, but that's okay. So we'll get green and blue here, and that completes it all. So next turn, Ultimatum again. So while I think it's kind of a meta call, and like definitely, like I don't want to get too high on this deck when I've yet to win a best of 3 game with it in actual ranked. But this seems like it just goes so over the top of these Rakdos decks. And even though Rakdos can, like, you know, they have these good little grindy matchups and can get some value, compared to the power of Ultimatum, it's just nothing. So Valky can take our Vorinclex, but they can't cast it. They're not even close to casting it right now, so I think that's fine. We'll Omen to see it in steps, so that way, just in case we drew into another creature we didn't want them to have. Okay. They are so screwed. They're so screwed. So Emergent attacks here. They'll exile my Florahedron, I guess. Yep. Like, that's their big value, is just swinging with a you know, now a 4-mana 4/4 flyer. Obviously, it's better than that, but I mean, there ain't nothing scary about that in the end. They've got 2 cards held up. I'm assuming one's probably like a Village Rites or something. Maybe a Stomp. Okay. We just bottom both of these. Maybe I want to keep Kiora, though. Because I can Emergent Ultimatum this turn and then follow that up with Kiora next turn. So actually, I think I keep the Kiora. We've already got the lands we need anyways. And having Kiora in hand just means we have guaranteed gas. Okay, I don't want to keep drawing these kind of cards every time. But actually, if they let us take another turn, we get 2 extra turns, which can be stupid. So, Ultimatum, once again. Let's, Epiphany. Again, you almost always want to choose that one. Let's Tibalt, I think. Let's grab old Tibby. And Vorinclex is not here right now, I guess. So we just take Extinction Event? Like, Extinction Event's not as exciting. So I'm assuming it's going to be like Epiphany and Extinction Event. Yep. So we'll choose Extinction Event first. We can do that, and then we'll do the Epiphany. I hate the way Arena stacks this shit. Last first, first last. So, good lesson here on Arena. You always want to be able to do this stuff. Okay, well, that was kind of stupid on their part. I guess it doesn't matter, though. Yeah, so we're going to do even. I wanted to stack that so we would be able to Extinction Event first off and then Epiphany. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. So for now, we'll just play. I mean, I guess we just have to stick with playing Kiora Best of Sea God. We'll just play an 8/8 Hexproof, no big deal or anything. And if we get to Epiphany with this, we get to swing in for 8, have another turn. Then we can just cast Vorinclex and win, I guess. So let's see if opponent plays anything here. They can't escape Cruxa yet. Okay. So they have no non-land permanent. That's fine. Let's go ahead. I guess we swing first before we do anything. So let's swing with the 8/8. Let's Alrund's Epiphany. This deck's so dumb. Alright, that is 10 power on board. We need 2 more power. First, we got to tap something. Oh, opponent, come on. We were going to swing for 16 there. No big deal. Good first game with this. Let's go ahead and play another. Alright, game number 2 against Mussolini. On the draw. Opener here. I think this is still acceptable. Omen on 2 can help us find some answers. We have a Binding the Old Gods. Snow-covered mountain. So this could be either mono red or is it flash. We don't have a good hand against mono red. We don't really have a good hand against is it flash either. Okay, they got the castles. Okay. Let's hope we don't just get beat to pieces here. Also, them having Jawari Disruption is a little bit aggravating. I think we Omen of the Sea here. Don't really want to be taking the time off Behold the Multiverse. Okay, that's another robber. Okay, well, maybe they're stuck on 2 lands at least. Wolfwillow Haven's a good card for them to have. Because even if they are stuck on lands, next turn they could play it. So that's a little aggravating. Omen of the Sea. Nope. Binding. No, like we gotta find like it. We have Extinction Events in here. I think Extinction Events the way to go. Okay, I love Ultimatum, but not right now. So as much as it sucks, I think we have to just put Yorion into hand and discard a card here. It's frustrating, but this next turn we can play Binding the Old Gods, and the following turn play Yorion, so we have a big blocker and blink it. We just gotta not die first off. So Fireblade Charger. Rimrock Knights, so 6 mana. Man, they don't give a damn about that Wolfwillow Haven. Alright. Binding the Old Gods. We're down to 8. We are taking a guaranteed at least 3 this next turn. Okay. Land. They could play Omen of the Sea here. Yeah, that's not a terrible play for him. So, ooh, they top 2. That's also scary. Faceless Haven. So here, let's go find our Triumph. If we can get to Ultimatum, we can maybe just kill them out of nowhere. For now, we play Yorion, Blink, Binding, Blink, Omen. This way, they come back down. We kill the Robber of the Rich. Okay, don't want either of those. We need actual removal. We're not drawing into any of our removal spells other than Binding here. Okay, there's land. Well, luckily we get to Emergent Ultimatum this next turn if we don't die. Don't kill me. Annex, good card. Ain't gonna do it here. So, I think they probably have another Rimrock Knight here. Which they do. I don't necessarily want Yorion to die. Okay, so we're going to 2. Alright. Can we kill them here, I guess is the question. We need 1 more land in here. So it's an Ultimatum. We got a chance, so we have Yorion up already. Let's see what they choose here, though. So we'll choose Epiphany. Let's choose Extinction Event because that gets rid of all their creatures. And but maybe we want Valky instead. I think this is one of the spots where we actually want Extinction Event over Valky. So let's see what they choose here. But I think Extinction Event has to be one of them at least. Okay, so we get an extra turn and a Vorinclex. Not bad. Okay, well, we're swinging for 10 here. We're swinging for 10. Let's go ahead. So we get the extra turn. So I think they're dead. They're actually dead now. Because everything has Death Touch now. So the only thing I can block is my Vorinclex, which has Death Touch and Trample. So that's 5, 9, 10, 11. So we're actually good here. Just in case, just to cover all my bases in case I'm a stupid idiot, because I've been known to be a stupid idiot. It'd be nice to be able to take something that could kill Kill their annex here. And I kind of want to show them, like, I'm gonna board these cards out here. So that's one place where it's like, if I'm gonna hold the multiverse out, it's actually good to show them what you're doing here. So we can do all this, but it actually doesn't matter because they're just dead. So let's get to attacks here. We have the Vorinclex with the trample. Block it all you want, baby. That's lethal. Get him out of here. Get him out of my game. Good first game. Let's go to sideboard. This deck is sweet. So we bring in Bloodchief's Thirst, Extinction Event. Don't want Soul Shatter here. Like we can make them shatter their annex, but that's really about it, I think. So yeah, we'll take the Behold out. Maybe I'll leave one in there. I'm not really sure. We may go back and cut that as well. Disruption is actually good here. This could be one where the Florahedron is bad because, again, it's just a big, easy stomp target. Doesn't block anything. I think I'd rather have the safety of the Wolfwillow Haven and the potential to make it into a thing later on. But maybe I take out the other Behold the Multiverse. Like, obviously, like, they both kind of have the shields down if I play these on two. But yeah, I think Wolfwillow Haven's a little bit safer. It's game number 2 against Musa. Alright. Golly, this hand ramps like crazy, but it doesn't do much else. God, I'd love this hand if it was like not against mono red. I think it's still keepable though, but man, this is a little awkward. Fireblade Charger on 1. Another Omen of the Sea. One bad thing about playing Yorion decks is you can sideboard all you want, but being an 80 card deck, you have the less chance of seeing those sideboard cards. Maybe they're stuck at one land here. Oh, all right. Okay, we're only taking 2 damage here so far. So I think even though we can Omen here, I think we just play Wolfwillow Haven. Let's go ahead and attach that to the swamp. I don't know if you're supposed to attach this to the swamp or Triomes. I don't think it really matters too much, to be honest. I just like having extra ways to make, different color mana from one land. 3 mountains, Phoenix of Ash. Okay, so we're taking 4 here. Man, Extinction Event off the top. Omen of the Sea number 3. What the hell? So I don't think ramping here actually means as much. I think I've got to find... I got to find my... Do I keep this Ultimatum? I don't think I can keep Ultimatum here, honestly. I think I've got to find the actual answers. So let's go ahead and bottom this. We still have that green floating, so we can Omen the Sea again. Jesus. Okay, can we have an actual removal spell, please? Come on, game. Maybe I do want this. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I hate having to bottom it. Golly. We're just finding nothing but ultimatums and lands right now. Mono Omen the Sea .deck. Well, that's bad. Watch us draw it now. Yeah, Binding the Old Gods. A little slow, my friend. Alright, well, mono red did mono red things there. Luckily we get to be back on the play again. Don't want to change anything else. Maybe I can take this other Behold the Multiverse out, but I think it's fine having one of. So game number 3 against Musa. Let's see if we can take him down. Goes 2-0 with this thing. Take the play here. Wolf. Okay, this is... I'm going to hope we draw a black source because his hand's actually pretty gas if we can. So we can go Wolfwillow Haven on 2, Binding Old Gods on 3 if that's the case. Fireblade Charger. I should have specified and said untapped black source, but is what it is. So we'll go ahead and put this on our green source here so that way you can tap for double green there. Ooh, no follow-up here is good. So we just go... just go double black here, honestly. Okay. And I can play this Fable Passage and then crack it just to thin the deck out a little bit. Alright, so the shields are down yet again. Luckily, this next turn we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, so we can Binding the Old Gods and hold up Eliminate, which is pretty good. So, Phoenix of Ash, okay? Okay, we getting somewhere now, baby. We getting somewhere now. Now we want to start finding those ultimatums and whatnot. So we go to 16 here. Ooh, Disruption is not bad either. So now I can Binding, hold up Eliminate / Disruption, which is good. Let's go ahead and kill the Phoenix of Ash here. It can pump itself. And then, you know, we have this Eliminate held up if we need to. Okay, they're going to attacks here. They can't cleave us yet, so that's fine. Rimrock Knight will eliminate that. I didn't mean to. Okay, when y'all play this, you gotta like watch where your fingers are. I'm really bad to like just tap around. I tapped around my space bar and let them resolve that. So not only do they get to keep their Rimrock Knight, but they also have to hit me for 3 damage instead of 1. So that was a mega pun on my end. Hopefully that doesn't lose us the game, but I could very well see that being pretty punishing. Oh. Let's cultivate, get more lands out of our deck, because that's all we're seeming to draw right now. We're also flooding pretty bad on top of my tilt, which isn't good. I can get... Rick, man. I think I gotta just hold up Disruption here in case I miss the lands. They try to drop in a Torbran. This sucks. But at least this way we can counter Embercleave. Okay, we can't counter Torbran now. Okay. So 7. Okay, we can counter Fervent Champ. Alright, so we take 7 here. We've got to draw something good here because our hand is just... We just keep flooding out like hell. Something good, baby. Valky. I feel like this deck... Maybe it does, I don't remember, but we really need to play like 1 red source in here. We can't even cast a Bolt now, even though we have so much mana. I can flash in Yorion. Take their Torbran and play it. We have Torbran now too. Yay! We're just dead in so many ways here. Can they escape Phoenix now? If they can escape Phoenix, like we just die. Yeah, Faceless Haven does it too. Good game, opponent. Well done. I don't think my punt actually would have mattered there. It sucks I did. I didn't mean to. It wasn't like a mental punt. I just don't let your finger touch. All right, the last game of the day is against Baby Hurl. Hey, Baby Hurl, how you doing? All right, we'll be on the play. Ooh, Luris. This is Rogues. Rampy hand. This would be like a good litmus test here because I don't know if this deck can ever beat Rogues with all the counter magic they have. Also, imagine Rogues not having Ruin Crab on turn one time. Let's go ahead. I think we play the Wolfwillow Haven here because the Florahedron can just die to a Drown in the Luck. I guess you could say we got Locky. Locky to be on the play. Oh. Okay, they milled some good cards there. So they're holding up the most obvious Drown in the Luck of my life. Though it could be Soaring Thought Thief too. 1, 2, we already got 3 green. I think I do the Florahedron now that I have 4 mana, and then if they counter it or kill it, that I still can Omen of the Sea. Okay. Pass the turn. Soaring Thought Thief. Alright. End of turn, we're still going to Omen of the Sea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Mill some more cards. It's now a 2-3. When is it not a 2-3 though, right? Anytime I see that thing as a 1-3, I get kind of confused. I'm like, I thought it was always a 2-3. Alright, end of turn. Would be more than happy if they wanted to counter this. Be my guest. Nope. Okay. So I don't think I want the disruption. We're like never going to have to cast this against them. Maybe we do, but I do think I want the ultimatum because I think you kind of got to just force this. I'm going to actually keep both of these. Now, they could have flashed something in there. So if we do this, we're still holding up Jawari Disruption, which is kind of nice. Okay, they let that resolve. So it looks like they're saving all their counter magic for ultimatum, which is smart. But maybe we can kind of force them out of it next turn if they try to get greedy or something. So we still got 2 mana held up here. So let's play another Triumph. So next turn we're able to ultimatum here. Let's see what they decide to do. Yep. The beatdown plan is real. They keep milling my cards. This would be a good turn. Okay, hear me out. I see that they have 2 mana available. I know Jawari Disruption is only a counter and make them pay 1 more. But if I can make them pay the 1 more for this, and then that last card is like a Temple of Deceit or something like that, whether it's a Temple or a Triumph, then the shields are down and we're able to ultimatum them. So even though they can play this still, I'm kind of taking that hedge risk. Like I know this isn't going to be able to be useful most other times anyways. So if that last card is like a Temple or something, then we can resolve ultimatum. You love to see it! And it's a black source they have open, so they definitely can't counter. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. They're not going to like this. They are not going to like this at all. Okay, Extinction Event, also a very relevant card, but I think we just ultimatum here. There's no real question there. So let's Emergent Ultimatum, Alrund's Epiphany, because extra turns are cool. Valky and Vorinclex. Because we do have this Extinction Event in hand as well, again. And they're kind of screwed here, because if they don't let us cast the Epiphany, then we get to Ultimate Valky right away and exile the whole graveyard, which means not only does that shut them down, but we have so many cards to play. If they take Alrund's and Vorinclex, we just beat them down, and then the next turn, Extinction Event. And if they don't take to Ball, we get Vorinclex attacking. I mean, there's a lot of things we can do here, so let's see what they choose. Okay, yeah, they're afraid of that Valky, which I totally understand. But the bad news for them is we get to do this again. So, well, let's go ahead, swing. Why did I not attack there? Again, I got so hyped up on this that I just wasn't thinking straight. It's okay, though. So I missed out on a potential 6 damage there. Let's go ahead and swing for 8. I think this is one thing I've got to get better at as a Magic player, is just stop clicking through things so I get excited. Like, I fidget a little bit. That's a bad thing with Arena that you don't do in Paper Magic, is, you know, you get to be a little bit more deliberate. You don't accidentally click through your attack phase. The opponent, I'm not sure they disconnected or they maybe left the building. I could see why, because I'd be a little bit frustrated too with this. We're swinging 8 here, though. And they think, alright, maybe I get to have another turn again. How about we Emergent Ultimatum number 2? Let's look through here. Let's do a little... I could go double Valky just to guarantee I get it. Let's go Kiora. This deck's so dumb, man. Kiora, Best of Sea God. They have 2 odds. Extinction Event's also just a decent option. But let's go Valky for sure. And I think Extinction Event, because we're going to do it on odd if we do this. Oh no. So we This is going to be insane, actually. I don't know if they've left the building or not now. That's the only thing. Let's Extinction Event on Odd. Killing none of our creatures. Let's Tibalt here. Tibalt comes in with double counters. So let's go ahead and just, you know, casual ultimate Tibalt. Yo! Look at all those cards. Oh my god. Opponent's just done now. They're gone. They have left the building for sure. Alright, y'all. Opponent has left the building. They wanted no more of it. I don't know. I guess when you're Rogues, you don't get to counter everything. I guess that pisses you off. Also, they timed out like 3 times now, so I don't know why the game is making us do this. But if you just look at how stupid this is, I could just cast another Alrund's Epiphany and take another turn after this. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So just to play with our food a little bit here. I've just never seen, like, I'm sorry, but I've never seen a board state like this. It's just super crazy. What the hell, man? This is just ridiculous. Swing in, since we have no haste creatures. Give him down to 3. What if we Seagate Restoration and just draw a bunch of cards? Well, actually, I guess our hand size isn't even super big, so it doesn't really do too much here. It's going to concede it. It's going to time out anyways. Well, BB Hurl, I am sorry you did not enjoy playing this deck. I did. Jwari Disruption, big brain plays of the day. Let's take a look at the deck list one more time. Let's go. Y'all, this deck is something. I've not had some plays like that in a while. Like, this was some of the nuttiest just board states and instances of gameplay I've had in a long time. So this was actually a lot of fun. Emergent Ultimatum is a very real card. Obviously some downside to it being that cheap. But man, I'm still pretty proud of myself for that Jwari Disruption play. Maybe that's just not a big deal, but I kind of called that shit, so that was cool. Thoughts on the deck overall? When I'm not spacebarring through my turn, it's really good. But no, like, even against mono red, I think no matter what, we're just dead there. The one bad thing about playing Yorion decks, like I said, is your sideboard cards can be good, but being an 80 card deck compared to 60, it is a little bit harder to find the sideboard cards. So even though we have the 4 Extinction Event, 4 Act, 2 Eliminate, 2 Bloodchief's Thirst, I don't think we saw a single piece of removal there. And that's just how it goes sometimes. Part of that's on me for not bowling more aggressive to it. So hey, lesson learned. But this deck as a whole felt amazing. It seems like it has a lot of, like, if Rakdos is going to be the top deck in the meta, this just runs all over Rakdos. It feels like that none of those games felt close. Even when I was playing this before recording, playing just in the unranked best of 1, I think 2 of my games were against Rakdos, and both of them just felt like non-contest at all. But yeah, Sultai Ultimatum, sick deck. Really enjoyed this one. Hopefully y'all did too. If you did, do all the things. Thank y'all for the support so much. Love y'all. Let's go.